In today's exercise, we're going to be on our hands and knees. Now, a lot of people find being on the hands and knees very uncomfortable. Sometimes it's the wrist, sometimes it's the knees, or sometimes it's both. So typically what people do when they have discomfort in their wrists is they bolster the wrists up so that the heel of the hand is higher, but the fingers are still straight on the floor. Now, what you'll notice is that it's very difficult if you extend your arm out in front of you with your palm flat and your fingers extended, and you pull the hand back towards you. It's very difficult to get the hand 90 degrees with the fingers straight. But if you soften the fingers, you can usually pull the hand back more so. So that's what happens when you have your hands flat on the floor. With the fingers straight, it's very difficult. There's a lot of pressure in the wrist to get that 90-degree angle. So we're going to, instead of bolstering the wrists up, we're going to bolster the fingers down. So I have two blocks here, and I'm going to place the palms on the block with the fingers on down the front edge, like this. Okay? And because my hands are now going to be bolstered up 4 inches, I'm also going to bolster my knees. All right, so come into your hands and knees position with the knees elevated and the hands up. If you have blocks, you can fold up a blanket or something similar to put your hands up on instead. And just relax the fingers down. Straighten your elbows and rotate your arms so that the crease of your elbow points straight forward. And then relax your lower back. Now, people often find that if they relax their lower back all the way, it feels too curved. That's because most people self-correct to a straight lumbar spine when they're on their hands and knees. So I want you to relax the lower back all the way, and then instead find the bottom ribs and bring the bottom ribs up instead. All right, make sure that when you bring the bottom ribs up, you're not also tucking the tailbone under. Relax the lower back, bring the bottom ribs up, and then hold that position. From there, arms straight, elbow creases forward, lower back relaxed, ribs up, back of the neck long. You're going to push into your hands, elevating the rib cage away from the floor and pushing your shoulder blades apart. And now let the shoulder blades come together and push them apart again. So this is a movement of the shoulder blades, or the scapula, riding the rib cage up and down, or in and out, together and apart. And it's not a movement of the spine. So what it isn't is a cat-cow movement. Okay, we're going to keep that rib cage, lower back position, and the spine itself doesn't change its orientation. It just moves in space. So the movement is purely shoulder. Now this is really good for having some weight on the hands, because the weight, of course, is transferred through the elbow if it's straight and into the shoulder. So it's a weight-bearing exercise for the shoulder, and it's a movement or a dynamic movement of the shoulder girdle on a stable rib cage and spine. Okay, and that is called the rhomboid push-up, so named for the muscles that it lengthens between the shoulder blades and the spine.